Welcome back to another stream. So we are here. We're talking about how low Bitcoin can go. So it's looking as though the whole crypto market is obviously reacting very negatively. We are currently below key levels of support. So stick around to find out exactly what that level of support is. AJ is going to tell you everything you need to know. But then also what our immediate price targets are, and maybe some of the reasons as to why we're seeing this massive sell-off. So before we do all of that, we're going to check in with our friend AJ. How are you, Mr. AJ?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm in a bit of a temporary setup at the moment. My Wi-Fi is playing up again, but we're still trying to make this possible.
We have bigger problems at hand here, AJ, which is Bitcoin. Where's it going? It's really not looking good, is it?
It's not looking good at the moment. And as with Ethereum, I think it's that 10 weekly candle in the red. So, the whole market in general isn't looking too good. If we have a look at the coin market cap, we can just see there's just red everywhere. There's the occasional little bit of green, but literally everything is in the red. It's not looking good at this moment in time, and we have broken some major support levels on the shorter term. You can see I've been talking about this support level here for a while, and we have actually broken that. Unfortunately, I was away from my computer at the time of this break, so I sort of missed this break to the downside. But initially, we have broken to the downside out of this channel as well, and the price target for this is around $26,800 ish. We are pretty close to that, so I do expect to see the price come down to that level in the shorter term, potentially then getting a sort of a slight relief bounce, and then maybe seeing some more downside, because today is going to be that decider day if we do break that major support level. I've been talking about this for ages now, and we are sort of at that point where Bitcoin looks like it's going to break. So there is still 11 hours and 40 minutes roughly left of this weekly candle. Now, in that time, yes, we could potentially get back up above that $28,600 level, roughly. That's the level we need to be above and hold to ensure that we don't see these lower price targets that I have, which is the $24,000 level and then the $22,000 level. So if we can get back into that support level, that will be great. But as of right now, we are below it, and if we do stay around, the $27,000 level, the likelihood of us, coming down to or breaking this level and then coming down to that $24,000 level is pretty likely. And the reason why my first target is at $24,000 is because if I just zoom out on the daily a little bit, you can see we've had slight resistance at this level. Previously, in the past, we've had resistance here, so that's why I'm looking at that $24,000 level as the next target. On the daily as well, it looks like we're going to break this major support level, which is the same as on the weekly. We break below this, the next target I am looking for is $24,000. Now there is a slight bullish sign, so I'll just say quickly, we have broken down out of this. It was going to be a potential diamond pattern, but as of right now, it looks to be unconfirmed, so we can sort of forget about this now. But what I'm looking at right now on the daily is actually a bullish divergence, and this has played out the last time we had this, which was on the 27th of May. It didn't signal much upside. It just gave us that little relief bounce. So if I pull up the RSI for you, you can see we're seeing momentum towards the upside on the RSI, between the 11th of May and the 27th of May. And we were getting, downwards price action over on the Bitcoin chart. Now, that's a bullish divergence, and we got some nice price action to the upside. So from that confirmed level, we did see a nice increase of, almost 12%, 11.5%. So, as of right now, we are seeing that again. We're seeing lower lows on the price action chart, and, we are seeing those higher lows over on the RSI. So this is, a bullish divergence. Now, how high can this take us? I don't think this is going to bring us a massive move for Bitcoin at all. I think that just maybe in the shorter term, it might give us a slight relief bounce. If we do break this support level here, maybe, we will come back up and test this previous support level, which will then act as resistance. And then from there, we could either break it back into it, or the most likely case I would see happen is seeing a rejection from that, now resistance level if we do get this break towards the downside. Now, that rejection from there would give me even more confirmation that we are going to see the price come down to that $24,000 level. As of right now, it's looking pretty likely that we are going to break this level. And if we do break that if we do come down to that $24,000 level, and we do break that, and if we don't hold that support and we break it, then the next level I'm looking at is 22,000. And that's not far off. So 22,000 is not an unrealistic target, I don't think, if we do come down to 24,000. And that's what I'm looking at sort of as my main target, because, well, my main target for this, this bear period, this bear market, because previously, when we've had these bear markets, when we've had these big pullbacks, we have found, perfect support along this 200 MA. You can see all the way back here in March, 2015, we found support here. Throughout 2015, we were finding support there. 2018, we were finding support along it. 2019 as well, and in 2020, the COVID crash, we all know that. We found support along there. So it's looking to me that we are, if we do break the support, which it looks like we are going to, we are most likely going to come down to that $22,000 level. Now, is that bad for Bitcoin? Personally, I wouldn't mind it down. I wouldn't mind us to come down there. It lets all the indicators on the higher time frames just sort of reset, and and then we can start looking at the price coming back up again. And it gives us great buying opportunities. Now, I know that the title of this video is "How low can it go?" and I do have some other targets. Now, at the moment, my initial low is around that $22,000 level, but I think that we can wick below it. I know I've mentioned before about this. There's a sort of head and shoulders pattern forming on the weekly chart as well. That would give us a target of around. I'll just drag that to the potential breakout point. That would give us a target of around $15,000 roughly. Now, that's very possible because, we've seen this wick down below this 200 MA before. That wick down was actually around 28%. Now, if we saw that again below this $22,000 level, below that 200 MA, we saw sort of a 28% move. If that does happen, that could take us around $16,000. So I think that $15,000 target is not something I think is going to happen, but it's something we just can't take off the table as of right now, because patterns like this, the majority of the time they play out. They don't always play out, but the majority of the time they do play out. So we can't take that off the table. Now, there's loads of people out there, saying that we'll never hit 20K again. I think I don't think we can be saying that. And as much as I would like to be saying that we're never going to hit 20K again, I think the likelihood of it is pretty high. Coming back down,
even if it's a wick as well, AJ. Yeah. I think it can definitely wick down. Like you see just on the left hand side, we had a massive wick when we hit the that 200 moving average.
Yeah.
Just there. That
exactly,
and so
yeah.
I don't. I think to say that we can never get down to a certain level is probably wrong, because all you need is one massive institutional whale to dump. But exactly. It's just the case of, would you put a buy order at 15, or just kind of play it safe and kind of go for 22 or 24?
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to be doing is, if we do come down to that $24,000 level, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging quite heavily into Bitcoin. I haven't set them as of yet because we're not confirmed that we are going to break this support, and I don't want to lock my money away as of right now. So when we do come down to that $24,000 level, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging in quite heavily into Bitcoin. Put some orders in between 24 and 22,000, and then 22,000 and 20,000, and then maybe have some bigger buy orders at the 16,000, 17,000, and maybe the 15,000 as well, just in case we do get down to those levels, so that the trade doesn't look like it's getting too wrecked. Those would sort of be my safety nets if we were to see these big wicks down below. I don't see that happening, and I think the lowest we could wick down to is potentially that $20,000 level, which is going to be major support if we do come down to that level, because back in 2017, this was a previous high. So I think that's going to be major support. We could get that wick below it, but I think 22,000 is what I'm looking to hold for the candle, the weekly candle to hold. I don't see the candle breaking below that, but a wick, that could go down to what I said, around $15,000. So those are my sort of low areas that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Hopefully we can, get that little bit of price action to the upside today and hold this support. That's what I would like to see, but unfortunately, as of right now, it doesn't look like it. Now, moving on to the dominant.
Can I quickly add on to that there, AJ? So, and another thing just to take into account is obviously last week, Friday, we had the CPI. If you want to find out more about that, watch the video I did on Friday around CPI. I'm saying about how it's going to crash the markets. And obviously I posted that prior to the print coming out on the video. We did see it crash the market while I was live doing the video. So make sure you watch that. But also in addition, next week, what we have is the Fed actually doing the interest rate hike of 50 basis points. That's coming out on Wednesday, which again is kind of more of a bearish scenario for the markets, just as you've just said here, AJ, where we're looking bearish. We want bullish, but we're looking bearish. So just kind of keep that in mind. On Wednesday, that's going to be one thing that affects the market coming up. But then also on Thursday, the Bank of England is set to deliver its 5th consecutive rate hike. So that's going to be 25 basis points since December. So every month they've done, not every month, but every basis hike, rate hike, I should say, it's been 25 basis points since December. And that's going to happen on Thursday. So keep that in mind. And this is all just in the idea and the hope of keeping inflation down. But we can expect more severe actions, which is going to lead to a market kind of coming to the downside as a result of that CPI print that we saw on Friday being higher than expected.
Exactly. Yeah. All these, all this bearish fundamental news and stuff that's happening, that's going to really impact, all these charts and most likely, push the price even lower. So we do have to take that into account as well.
Yeah.
Moving on to the dominance. We are at the resistance that I've been talking about. We are sort of at highs since almost a year ago. July 2021 was the last time we saw the dominance up this high. Now, if we continue to see the price come down, I expect to see the Bitcoin dominance break this resistance here. Now, if we break this resistance here, we could hold it maybe as support and then see some more price action some more percentage action up on the dominance. Now, where would that take us? Now, we do have a level of previous support, which I've been looking at, and that's around the 58.3, 58.4% level. If we do continue to see price action to the downside for Bitcoin, I think that is a very possible area that we could, come up to. The alts are going to get hit a lot harder than Bitcoin is if we do, see more price action towards the downside. So I do think a lot of people are going to be putting their money into, the safer asset, which is Bitcoin, and then the dominance is most likely going to come up to here. But as of right now, there's still a chance we could see a rejection at this level. If we do see a rejection at this level, that's when I'm going to start looking at getting into some altcoins, because that's when we get a rejection here, that's when the money tends to sort of flood into those altcoins. So as of right now, it looks like there's a potential we are going to break that. So we will be keeping an eye on that. Taking a look at Ethereum quickly, I'll just start off with this chart. Now, I've been talking about this for a while, this second key support level. If we were to break it, which we did, my target is all the way down at around $1,400, $1,400, and we just about hit that. We were a few dollars off, but that price target was hit perfectly as I expected it to. We're seeing a slight bounce off that level as of right now, but if we do break this major support on Bitcoin and we see more price action towards the downside there, then there's most likely going to be more price action towards the downside for Ethereum, and that will most likely get hit a lot harder. Now, where is my low point for Ethereum? Well, let's bring you onto this chart here. Now, this is what I'm looking at for Ethereum, and this is the lows that I'm looking at for Ethereum. So this is the level that we are at right now, and this level is a level we need to hold. Otherwise, there is going to be severe downside for Ethereum. I think it can drop a lot more. Now, this was previous resistance back in 2018, 2017, 2018. We found nice resistance there. When we broke above it in 2020, we did pull back and test it as support. So this is, a confirmed support level. We are at it right now. If we cannot hold this support level, though, there is, going to be a pretty substantial pullback for Ethereum, I think. Now we have this dead cat bounce right here. You can see here. Now that is the target that I'm looking for if we were to break this support here. I think that's a pretty realistic target, and that sits at around $800. Now, you may think, that's incredibly bearish, but if Bitcoin does come down to that $22,000 level, $20,000 level, or even lower, this is a very, very possible level for Ethereum. Now, it's not a level that I want to see Ethereum at, of course, but, again, it just gives us great buying opportunities. So this is what I'm looking at for Ethereum. This is, the bottom that I'm looking at for Ethereum. If we do break the support here, I'm looking at the price coming all the way down to around $800. I think, it's a possibility. Again,
that would be a very bad day for all of the crypto market.
It would, yeah, it would. But I had to just bring this to your attention because there's literally maybe on the shorter time frames, yes, but there's not much. Well, there's no support at all between this $1,400 level and the $800 level. So my expectation is it's just gonna plummet down to around that $800 level. Gives us great buying opportunities, which is good for us. So I am, if we do break the support here, I'm going to be putting some buy orders down at $800, and that's a great time to get into Ethereum. I think I personally got into Ethereum at I think it was $400. So for me, I'm still not too worried. If we were to break this, that's when I would get worried. But it just gives us good buying opportunities. This is where the money is made in the bear markets. You accumulate now, you dollar cost average into your tokens now, and then when the bull market finally comes, that's when you see just your portfolio explode. And that's exactly what happened to me when I got in. I was buying at these lows, and then all of a sudden the bull market just hit, and my portfolio exploded. So this is where I am looking at dollar cost averaging into these coins. As of right now, altcoins, I'm not dollar cost averaging in yet. I just want to confirm that Bitcoin has found that bottom. Ethereum, if we come down to these lows, yes, I'll most definitely be dollar cost averaging in then, because I think that is very, very cheap to get Ethereum at $800, and I don't expect to see that ever again in the future if we do come down to it. So I'll be getting into that. Altcoins, I'll be sort of staying away from them just until I'm certain that Bitcoin has hit that bottom. But yeah, these are the targets I'm looking for. Hopefully Ethereum can hold this support. But if Bitcoin breaks this major support level here, then the likelihood of it, Ethereum is going to break this support as well. So that's just sort of an update of what I think is going to happen if these support levels are broken. And I hope this has helped you out a little bit. So yeah.
And do you know what? I want to add into there. So obviously we're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum because they are the top two market cap. But for Ethereum, one of the reasons why it has fallen, quite a lot, which obviously I think has kind of led into the rest of the altcoins falling as well, is that there was a developer. So core developers of Ethereum have announced delays to the. I mean, they say that there are delays to the rollout of ETH 2.0. That's essentially it. There are delays, but the Ethereum stance is still that everything will be done by the projected date. So I think the launch is in around August or something like this. So this whole situation that we have with Celsius, for example, with Curve, staked ETH and ETH, they're not they're not essentially trading at parity when it should be 1-for-1. If you stake your ETH, you will get 1 ETH back, but at the moment, there is a lot of question marks around Celsius. If you haven't actually been made aware of this, I am going to do a video very soon, actually, about all of this and kind of how it might kind of roll out and play out and how this is weighing down very heavily on the price of Ethereum. But just to let you know, the core developers had announced that there's a delay in the rollout of ETH 2.0. So this is kind of raising a lot of question marks, which also is why we've seen ETH fall to, so heavily over the past kind of couple of days, or I should say even like today, yesterday, etc. So that does give us a little bit of hope that this is just reacting to news and it's not the general market sentiment that actually we should be dropping to these lows of around $800.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of hopium that I'll give to you guys. It's not a lot, but we take all we can get at this stage, I think.
Yeah, Charlie. The only good news I have for you is that very short term, which is on the daily, the short term bullish divergence. That's the only sort of bullish thing that I can bring to you today, and that's if it does play out, I expect just a slight relief bounce. I don't expect much from that at all because the sentiment is so bearish at the moment. I just want to show you this quickly. You can see here Bitcoin over the past day has dropped. I think this is a daily. Yes, this has dropped 3.8%, and you can see the alts have been hit a lot harder. So I just want to show you this because this is why I'm staying away from the altcoins as of right now. Bitcoin drops 3.8%. And Avalanche has dropped 12%. Okay, it's not something that I want to be in as of right now because I know if I put some money into altcoins, I'm not going to see good returns at all. I'm going to see very, very, very bad returns.
There's just more downside, isn't there?
Yeah. So this is just I just wanted to show you this because this is why I'm staying away from these altcoins as of right now. Drop 3.8% drop in Bitcoin has a catastrophic event on all these altcoins. So that's why I'm staying away from them as of right now.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean, look, that's everything. Low kind of price targets that we're looking for. Just kind of recap that, AJ. Where is it that we're looking to go in the short term? If we are bearish, and then if we're bullish, just recap quickly. Just let us know the numbers. What numbers are those that we're looking to?
In the extreme short term, I'm expecting sort of $26,000 from that price target of the falling channel. Then if we do break this major support tonight, then I'm looking at the price coming down to 24,000. There's very, very slight support there. If that support is broken, then 22,000 is my next level. And then below that is 20K. And then those, sort of targets for the head and shoulders pattern, which is around $15,000. Do I expect that to happen? No, but, it's something that we can't take off the table. So we just got to keep that in mind, and I will be keeping you updated in future videos about it. So hopefully we can find support at 24,000, if not 22,000 is my next level. Ethereum, if we do break this major support level, $800 is my next level, but that's only if Bitcoin breaks its major support as well.
Yeah. There you go. So that's the numbers. That is the numbers here, guys. Make sure you hit the bell notification on the channel so that you so that you are informed whenever we do go live, and you can watch us and hear our updated price targets. And obviously follow us down on Twitter, as you see down at the bottom of the screen, coming along here this way, so that you can keep up to date with the charts and everything that we post. But thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Take care. See you later, guys.